What's going on, everybody in the vinyl community? Craig here, back to give some major thanks to three people here in the vinyl community for sending me some great VCLT and just blowing my mind. So, VC cheer. Try to keep the rambling to a minimum. Just want to say a quick, thinking of you to everybody who's getting affected by the ice storm down south. Anybody who's getting blasted with any winter weather right now. I can definitely say from my own end, I'm sick of this season and I am ready for it to be over. I love winter to a degree. I love the holiday parts. I love seeing the snow. And the cold season's really cool, but overall, driving in fucking 3 feet of snow all over the fucking place and dealing with sub-zero temps and just being basically miserable. January basically sucks. So, but we're into February, we're close to my birthday, we're getting closer to spring, warmer temperatures ahead. So, thinking of everybody and hope you guys are doing well, and let's take your mind off it for a little bit and just hang out with the Rambler. So, what's in the background? Killer new wave of British heavy metal. Diamond Head, Borrowed Time. Very cool. Great kind of compilation, so to speak. Early 80s on MCA. Oh yeah. I've had this for well over a decade. Got it for free from a buddy of mine. His dad gave me his collection. Yeah. Kind of like VCLT, but pre-VC. Pre-VC. Maybe we should make this into like a BC AD type of thing. Can we do that? Pre-VC, post-VC? I don't know. I don't even want to think of an after-vinyl community. It just gets fucking nuts from there. So, VCLT thanks. First person I'm going to thank here, my brother, Vinyl on Video, Travis. Dude. Sent me a little bit of VCLT and also some stuff that I had him pick up for me that I reimbursed him for. So let's kind of get into those. Just some really cool stuff. A little bit of everything. Covering all the genre bases, so to speak. First things he sent in the first package were Melancholy and Infinite Sadness on cassette. Completing the trifecta for me here. Very cool. What needs to be said? Classic album, 1995. I remember when this came out and how much hype there was around it and just it being everywhere. It went from being just, they went from being just another band to me to being like fucking huge and just, you couldn't turn on MTV or the radio without hearing them just everywhere. And probably the reason why I got out of them for so long, because I was just oversaturated for that many years. But just killer, just love it. And another killer album, Oversaturation, the Black Album, Metallica. I already had this on cassette, but my copy was pretty well loved. So, and this sounds killer. An album that I honestly, like, I try not to listen to too much these days. Occasionally I'll throw it on, but I don't know. I beat the hell out of that album. I went through multiple copies on multiple formats. Minus vinyl. Don't have it on vinyl. Yet. So those were the cassettes in the first package. Vinyl that he found. Oh man, dude. Hope you're watching. My big brother LJ. Hope you're watching, because you'll definitely dig this. So a band that I've been into for a long time. My dad got me into them and stuff like that. I've talked about them a few times here on my channel, and it's really hard to find their stuff around here on vinyl, and I think depending on your location, probably hard to find anywhere. So these guys were not huge, but they put out a decent amount of material. And here's one that I've seen on eBay a bunch of times, but it's hard for me to pull the trigger on an album that I know eventually I will find and not have to spend $10 plus the shipping and be that it's an album that I'm just not that huge into. It's a band I love, but not enough to want to spend a shitload of money to get a hold of their stuff. But Band in Blue by Duke Jupiter. Gold Stamp Promo. This album's from 1980. I almost said 79. I could have swore it was 79. I have not spun this yet. I know Travis spun it a little bit. Said it was a little funky, a little disco-y, which I could see that. You know, being, you know, late 70s, early 80s. You know, being basically they were more or less like a glorified bar band. You know, blues influenced. You know, just AOR kind of in spots, just rock and roll. You know, basically a bar band that got a, you know, major label deal and got to, you know, tour nationally and open up for some great acts and get some MTV airplay and stuff like that. So, really cool to get this. Thank you again, Travis. Really appreciate it. I could not believe it when he sent me the picture and said he had found it at his honey hole for a couple bucks. I'm like, no fucking way, dude. Like, that's really cool. So, that'll definitely see some turntable time at some point. Who knows when the fuck that'll be. So that was the VCLT part. He sent me another package right on the heels of that with a couple of things that he had picked up for me out in the wild. So there was one piece of VCLT, the Cranberries. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? Very cool. Best known for the hits Dreams and Linger off of this. Definitely one I'll throw on when I'm in that mid-90s mood. So, very cool. Thank you, brother, for thinking of me and sending that along my way. And the two things that he picked up for me at Revival Records, I believe is where he picked them up. Told me he was going out digging. I told him to kind of keep his eyes open for anything for me. And found two things, and I was like, dude, totally cool with reimbursing you for them, because these are two killer finds. So the first one up, a really cool 8-track. Yeah, 8-track. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, a little pricey. Probably the most, probably the second or third most I've ever spent on an 8-track. Which, granted, I try to not spend too much unless it's an album that I really, really want on that format, and I can almost be guaranteed it's going to be in nice shape. And this one, I know I'm almost never going to see it on 8-track again. I had to get it. Exile on Main Street, the Rolling Stones. Do we need to talk about it too much? Nah, we really don't. We all know this album. I've been in love with this album for a long time. Try to get every little piece of Exile on Main Street stuff that I can find. So magazines, books, DVDs. I got some on CD. I need to upgrade my copy on cassette. I got it on vinyl. So now I got it on 8-track. So very, very cool. I was really excited that he found this, and I was blowing up his phone with text messages just going, okay, you know, what's the cart look like? What do the pressure pads look like? Is the tape splice, you know, can you see that? Is there any bubbling on the label? You know, I'm just going on and on. And he's not a big 8-track guy, so he tried to answer my questions as best he could and sending me pictures and stuff. So had him pick it up for me, and I'm glad he did. Thank you very much, dude. This is killer. It makes me wonder, were there any? I forgot to ask you if there were any other 8-tracks there. Not like I really need to be spending $9 again on another 8-track. But regardless, and he picked up some vinyl for me too. A band that I know he's been getting really into recently, and this was an album that he picked up not too long ago, and was really going on and on about it, and sending me clips on YouTube of different songs off of this, and was like, you know, I know my record store has it, and if I see it again when I'm in there, I'll pick it up for you, which he did. Yeah, that is Credit in Heaven by the Suburbs on the Twin Tone label. Best way I can kind of describe this, post-punk, I believe this is 1981, I think. Two record set. Yeah, post-punk, definitely a heavy influence of the Talking Heads in spots. And he mentioned Talking Heads when he was describing it to me, and I'm like, you say Talking Heads in the description, I'm gonna have to listen to it because I'm a huge Talking Heads fan. And yeah, I'm definitely convinced there was a big Talking Heads influence. So this was really cool. I really dug it. And I'm definitely going to be spinning it here soon. I have not had a chance to spin it. There's so much stuff coming in the last few weeks that I just haven't had a chance to really clean it up and get it on there, but it's in line. Promise you, Travis, it will be getting spun. You have my permission to just blow up Facebook and my phone all the time. Just be like, have you played it yet? Have you played it yet? Yes, I will fucking spin it. But anyway, thank you, Travis, so much. I really appreciate it. I've got a package that will be coming your way relatively soon. Just got filled up with some more stuff and all that good shit. So, I'll take care of you. Next VCLT thanks to my brother, Ned Dustbin. Damien, dude. Thanks, brother. Very cool note. I will not show you the back because, I mean, anybody that knows Ned, you know it's just fucked up. It's... But anyway, Ned hit me up, God, what was it? A few weeks ago, for I think it was my last vinyl update, or not the last one, but the one before. It was like, hey, you know, I kind of talked about it in some couple different albums, and was like, you know, hey, you know, I want to send you some stuff, you know, send me your address. So I did. We talked about a few other artists and titles and stuff, and I kind of knew a few things that were becoming, and he sent in a few surprises as well. So let's get into those. First one I knew right off the bat that was coming. Nice sealed copy of Come As You Are by Peter Wolf. And if you go back in my updates, I picked this one up not too long ago from my honey hole. And so, am I going to say no to a sealed copy? Fuck no. And yes, it will be staying sealed. Very, very cool, so thank you very much for that. Next one up here that I knew, which he didn't tell me condition on any of these, and these are all in fucking excellent shape. Really nice. This one I needed an upgrade copy for, and I think I went from upgrade to holy shit. My copy is pretty beat up. Oh You Wait 1-2 by Van Halen. Still in the shrink. Vinyl is fucking pristine, like unplayed. I'm just like, dude, what? How the fuck? That was really cool. My copy I've had for, Jesus, well over 10 years, something like that. And hadn't really spun it, and went to go spin it recently when I was reading Sammy Hagar's book. And just warped, and I mean it played, but just warped. You could just definitely tell it was overplayed too. Just tons of fucking surface noise, no matter how much I cleaned it. It sucked. So, been on the hunt for an upgrade, and my brother totally took care of me on that, so thank you so much, dude. Even though it's not my favorite Van Halen album, it's still one that I wanted to have a nice copy of. Next one here, staying on the kind of Van Halen kick. David Lee Roth, Eat 'Em and Smile. I'm not a huge DLR fan. I'm not a big fan of his 80s solo stuff. A Little Ain't Enough was a really, really good solo album. I really dug that, but this one's got some good songs. You know, Yankee Rose, Going Crazy. That's pretty much about it. All I really can think of off the top of my head that I really like off of this. But, I mean, you got Steve Vai, you got Greg Bissonette on drums, you got Billy Sheehan on bass. Classic lineup, just killer players. So, very, very cool. Let's kind of go into the surprises now. Two from a band that I'm a big fan of. So you got The Blitz by Crocus. I already have a copy of this. I got to AB it with my copy, and I think mine's in pretty nice shape. So either way, I will have an extra copy of The Blitz if anybody is in need of it. I'll be glad to send that off to you. And one that I don't have, Change of Address, also by Crocus. I see it occasionally here in the wild now and again, but I never really bothered to pick it up just because I'm a big fan of early Crocus, but you get to like these albums and I get really iffy, but very, very cool. Very excited to have that and give that one a spin. And then two, I was just like, sweet. I know you mentioned the band when we were talking, but Didn't tell me what he had or anything like that, and I wasn't gonna quiz him too much. But sent these along, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude. So you got 12-inch promo here for Crazy Nights by Loudness. Oh yeah. I open up the package, I'm like, dude, whoa, that's pretty cool. Not white label, but it does say, you know, promo copy not for sale on the label. So, very, very cool. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So that was cool. And then if that wasn't enough, Thunder in the East, baby. Oh yeah. I've had this on CD for a long time. Great album. Best known for the song, obviously, Crazy Nights, but solid piece of mid-80s, you know, kind of that, you don't want to call it hair metal, and I hate the term hair metal, but just great, just killer band. Great album. Good starting out point if you want to get into Loudness. Alright, so thank you again, my brother, Damien, Ned Dustbin, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, dude, and I will definitely at some point try to repay the favor, because that was just awesome. Now, on to my final VCLT thanks of the video, and just some great stuff here from my big sister, Maggie, 1204 Willow. You guys all know Maggie. How many nice things can you say about Maggie? A lot. Maggie is just gracious and awesome, and I just can't thank her enough for her generosity and friendship, really. Like, that means the most. Somebody I can always count on and talk to on an almost daily basis, and just an awesome person, and I love you. You're awesome. So, got a couple of things that she picked up for me that I paid her back for, a couple of birthday presents, and just some good old-fashioned VCLT. The first one up here, all of this stuff I knew was coming, but just still mind-blown regardless. This one, we were talking about this band on Facebook one night, and she sent one of their albums over to Travis, and I was just kind of talking about how big of a fan I was, and how that was really cool and stuff like that. That she had found a copy of this and was sending it off to him. She went out of her way and picked this up for me, and I was blown away then, and I'm still blown away. This is fucking awesome. Sailing the Seas of Cheese by Primus. This is the new 200-gram edition. I got the black vinyl, which is okay. I don't care about that. If you are in any way a fan of this album, do yourself a favor and pick this up on vinyl, because the new 2013 stereo mix by Les Claypool is fucking great. I love this album to death. I play a lot of these songs on drums still. When I was learning how to play, like when I was really developing my style even more, this was an album that I played a lot of and learned a lot of the songs. This album is just classic, and it was my introduction to Primus in the mid-90s. Well, really, songs from this album, between the Woodstock 94 video, when that came out, the performance of Those Damn Blue Collar Tweakers, which is from this album, and then I believe the same year or the next year is when the first X Games ESPN soundtrack came out, and that had Jero as a race car driver, also from this album. So there was my introduction to Primus, and this album, still one of my favorite albums, no matter how many times I'll listen to it. It's fucking awesome. So thank you, Maggie, for picking that up for me. I hadn't even really had it on my radar wanting to pick it up, but it was just one that as soon as she said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and grab you a copy, I'm like, A, how do I repay you for something that cool? And B, thank you. You have no idea how much that, you know, I mean, I think I thanked her repeatedly, but still, I'm just like, thank you. Because that was awesome. And I'm really working on trying to return the favor on that one, because that one was just a mind blower. I've been using that a lot tonight. Mind blower. Probably because my mind is blown. Alright, so let's get on to the rest. Okay, so if you go back in my videos, You know, I scored Adolescent Sex and Quiet Life by Japan not too long ago for a really killer price. Well, thank you to that video and those scores, Maggie said, hey, I've seen a couple of Japan albums, I believe, at one of my record stores. I'm going to go check and I'll let you know what I find. So she went out digging. This is probably a couple days later or something like that. And I ended up just being totally fucking flabbergasted. Beyond fucking belief. She ended up calling me. And she found a bunch of cool stuff. And 2 things that I had her pick up for me and I paid her back, and then the other 2 were birthday gifts for me. So when she said she found Japan, she found Japan. I am 1 away from completing my Japan collection now, because she did awesome. So first one up here, the ones that I paid for, got a Japanese pressing of Obscure Alternatives. Oh yeah, OB strip and everything. She told me it had the OB strip, I think, but I didn't remember. So when I got the package the other day, I'm like, holy shit, it has the OB strip. Yeah, Craig, she told you. So that was very, very cool. And these came from Euclid Records, I believe that's how you say it, right? They price their shit very well on this. This is only 15 bucks. Fucking awesome. You don't see Japan around here, and for that price, that's fucking amazing. And this one, I mean, I would have just had her pick up this if they only had this, because this is just a sick album. It was my introduction to the band. Gentlemen Take Polaroids. Look, yes. Oh, this is just awesome, and I still can't believe I'm holding this right now. I kind of want to hug it right now. Oh, yes. I love this album. Love, love, love this album. And I'm still kind of blown away that she found this too, because I've been trying to get a hold of a copy of this for years and just could never find it. And when I do find it, I get outbidded like a motherfucker, and there's just... And it met right in my price range of what I wanted to pay. I believe it was $8.99. So, hell yes. Of course. Pay $8.99 all day for a copy. Nice. And by the way, the vinyl on those, fucking stellar. Clean as fucking can be, man. Like, you would not even believe. Okay, that's inside. Okay, sorry, I'm just kind of talking to myself here. And now on to the birthday gifts, which I knew both of these were coming. And she'd actually, here, we'll show the first one and then we'll get into the really cool. So the first one up here, the 12-inch split for Lynyrd Skynyrd and Blackberry Smoke. This came out for Record Store Day this past Black Friday. And it was one that I really wasn't really hunting for or anything, but she found it. She said she was going to pick herself up a copy, and she said she'd grab me one too for my birthday. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'm not going to argue with that. That's pretty awesome, thank you. And I know LJ had talked about it. I know, I think Greeno talked about it too, because she was asking me, like, has anybody, you know, shown it, talked about it? And so I mentioned those 2 names, which I remembered. Tried to remember at least who was talking about it and said it was really good. So nice price, and I figured, why the hell not? I'm a fan of Skynyrd, and Blackberry Smoke I hear a lot of good things about, so I might as well, you know what, fuck it. Yeah. And this is a very cool listen. Well recorded, great sound, just great, great stuff. And now, the last piece of the Japan puzzle for that day. She found 2 copies of this, and it's really hard for me to, like, really figure out when somebody's, you're digging over the phone. It's really hard, and I have her describe them as best as she could. And I had her pick up this particular copy. I think they had a German pressing and a, I can't remember what the other pressing was. Might have been a UK pressing. I can't remember. But I had her pick up the German pressing. And, oh, thank you so much, Maggie. This is just too awesome. Oil on Canvas by Japan. So you got 2 record set here. Live set, just amazing. Too fucking cool. So stoked to have this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was just... I couldn't believe when she was telling me what they had and the prices. I'm just like, my God, that's like a steal. I wonder how long these have been sitting there. 'Cause, I mean, I can't think of too many Japan fans here in the Midwest, or anybody that would know who the hell they are. But I know, and I'm sure there are many of you here in the VC who know. But to the general public, you don't know what you're missing if you're part of the general public. Public. So, thank you so much, Maggie. Ugh. It's kind of hard for me. I'm a little speechless. I can't think of anything good to say except thank you. Because those are still just super, super cool, and I'm at a loss for words. Generosity, kindness, and friendship. Especially all three people. Everybody here in the vinyl community. All my friends, my family here. Generosity, kindness, and friendship. That's what it really boils down to for me. And Maggie, I will be reciprocating this. I've got another package that I'm working on. Got a couple of things, want to fit a few more things in. Really want to try to blow your mind as much as you've blown mine. Because those were just really, really killer. So on that note, that ends all the VCLT thanks. So thanks again, Travis. Thank you very much again, brother. Damien, brother Ned Dustman, thank you again so much, dude. And Maggie, of course, 1204 Willow. Thank you so much, sis. So, on that note, that concludes this. I've got a couple more updates. Went to the record show over the weekend. Got some killer shit that I want to show you guys. So I'll save that for the next video. And probably have just a normal vinyl update here in the next couple of weeks. Got a few things that'll be coming in that I've ordered offline, and who knows if the honey hole will finally get updated, so I'm sure there'll be some stuff from there. And got some birthday stuff. Still waiting to see if I get anything for my birthday, vinyl related. And I'll be sure to show that to you guys. So on that note, take care, stay warm. Spring will be here soon. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.